Oh, party people. Party people. Party people, can you hear me? David, can you hear me out there?
I can hear you, yeah.
But you can't really see me, can you? I'm kind of
You're not,
frozen.
you're totally frozen.
Frozen in space and time.
You
Well,
look so stoic.
I'm very concerned about the fact that I'm unable to get my camera to function properly. So I think you're going to have to carry most of the visual of this quick debrief after what was, quite frankly, a very dominating Game 1 performance by your Los Angeles Dodgers, and unfortunately not by your New York Metropolitans. And welcome everyone who's joined us here for tonight's festivities. Oh, see, that's nice. Now I can get a different frame. Without rebooting the whole thing and starting over again, I don't really know, and who needs it? But why not look at me looking stupid? I think it's probably the better way to approach this. I want to welcome and give a big warm shout out to my friend David Greenspan, who's joining us tonight. David is a very long time New York Mets fan. True?
Oh yeah, since 82.
82. Oh my goodness. So yeah, give me some highlights of your Mets fandom over the years. Where have you been? What have you seen? What have you done?
Well, I think probably one of the most visceral memories of my entire childhood was watching the ball go through Bill Buckner's legs in 1986. That was like, I remember crashing, like I was crying when we were down 2 outs in that inning, and my bed was pretty drenched from tears, and then the rally started. Yeah, and I had this little I had a portable TV that was like a giant bread box, and that my grandmother had given me, and I was watching in my room, and my dad was watching in the master bedroom, and suddenly the rally started, and then when we tied it up, I went running down the hall to find him, and he was running around, and we both met at the corner and crashed into each other and knocked each other down.
That's awesome.
And then immediately we were like, "Where were you sitting? Get back in that chair!" Ran back, and it was just the most magical thing. So yeah, that's a big thing that comes to mind. And then in '88, we thought we were going to win it all, and the Dodgers handed Oral Hershiser took us down, and after that it was like long years of just absolute ineptitude. Like the 1990s were horrible. There wasn't even like hope of anything, and then in the 2000s started this new era of the Mets where they're always giving you a reason of hope, and they're always choking, and like the franchise has sort of had that. I mean, ever since it started, we used to hold the record for the most losses in a season. Now the White Sox have it. And I hope that means that along with this new ownership and David Stearns, these two lifelong Met fans who are now in charge, that we will finally turn the ship around, because we're known as like Mets is a verb. We give us hope, like all the fans have hope, and then it gets pulled away at the last minute. And I keep telling myself everything that happens from that Braves doubleheader forward when we won that game, everything is gravy now. Yeah. So just be happy with whatever happens, even if we lose to the Dodgers. I'd like us to put up a fight.
Oh, yeah. No, it's a long series. It's a long series. You can't, Game 1, you can't let it get to you. I mean, it's, the Dodgers got blown out in Game 2 of their last series and ended up winning that one. So teams have these games. We all know teams have these games, and it does happen.
It's true, but the Dodgers are scary. The Dodgers are a force, and they've been a force to be reckoned with for many, many years. And I'm excited because I think we were talking earlier that Steve Cohen is trying to model the Mets after the Dodgers. We want to be in the playoffs every year, like the Dodgers are, because it's hard to win this tournament, and you got to give yourself a shot. And we want to be there all the time, the way the Braves and the Dodgers are always there.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned a word earlier about that '86 series, the magic, and definitely the Mets have had a magical run. I do remember that. It felt like postseason, the Miracle Monday down in Atlanta, the doubleheader that had to get played or whatever. And ever since then, it does seem like the Mets have been kind of leading a charmed life. What has it been like to go through the emotions of like, I mean, winning that game, being down to the Brewers, like almost out entirely, ninth inning, and Pete Alonso, comes back for it. It must have been it's been a great season for Mets fans.
Yeah, I mean it's been each game where they come back has been like a microcosm of
who let the dogs out? Who?
It's been a microcosm because we sucked at the beginning of the year, and then they had that team meeting, and there's something different about Francisco Lindor this year. Like, he doesn't want to lose, and he's willing the rest of the team not to lose, and he's so cold-blooded.
Yeah.
So when he hit that home run against Atlanta, I was like, yeah, I mean, we've been watching them play really good baseball for the second half of the year, or more than the second half of the year. So when he hit that home run, I was like, it wasn't shocking. But when Pete hit that home run in Milwaukee, I was like, this doesn't happen. This does not happen. There's something a little bit different about this year. And hopefully it's like, even if this isn't the year, that the whole vibe is changing. And when Pete hit that, basically it's you talk to other Mets fans, like I'm on all these Met fan talks, it doesn't seem real. Everybody keeps saying it does. I can't believe we're still here. Like, this doesn't seem real. And Pete's home run really didn't seem real.
Yeah. It must have been I should say one of the things I really like about these post-game shows, and I did the last round with my friend Frank, who is a huge Padres fan, is getting that window into what the other team's fan bases are thinking.
Yeah.
And kind of seeing, so what, as you, as a Mets fan, have been going forward in this, there's obviously generational trauma associated with being a Mets fan. We all know that.
Everybody knows that.
There's been highs. Yes, there's been lows. And it must have just been like a very cathartic experience to finally see, we haven't even talked yet about that series versus the Phillies, where again,
oh my God,
Lindor, clutch as clutch can be, and just the view of the stands after he hit the grand slam in Game 4. That's why I love baseball. That is why I love baseball. It was such pure joy and ecstasy, and it was just great to see. Great to see.
You see long-suffering fan bases, good things happen to them. They're going to lose. I mean, the Mets fan base is they fight with each other. Like they want, there's the negative guys, everybody who's like is so angry the second something bad happens and like the sky is falling, and then there's other people who are like the diehards who say just keep hope alive, and there's this never-ending argument between the two. And I come somewhere in the middle. It's so cathartic. It's so much fun to see them doing well, but you're always in the back of your mind. You think, when's the rug gonna get pulled out from it? And that's why I'm trying to have this attitude of gratitude this year. Like,
attitude of gratitude. I love
everything that's happened in the playoffs. The Phillies series was gravy, and we killed them. And it was weird to watch them just getting so angry and frustrated because they came in with the best record. It was inevitable for them, and it always happens every year. Some wild card team gets hot, but I think we're just trying to keep that attitude of gratitude.
Yeah. Well, let's get ahead to tonight's game, which I think the less said about, probably the better. It's not a great game to analyze. There wasn't a lot to get into. One of the things I think for the Dodgers going forward is going to be the big questions about their pitching staff, where they're down to 2 guys and 17 bullpen arms, and some guys are being asked to throw both left and right-handed if they can. It's just kind of crazy out there in the Dodger bullpen right now. But I think I saw the stat tonight. They just tied the 66 Orioles with that incredible staff that I think they swept the Dodgers in 4 games that year.
Yeah. So what's the pitching problem? If you've got
because they can't be perfect. They can't be perfect forever.
Nobody
the
can.
Mets are going to score runs in this series, and the thing has to be that when that happens, it has to be like, all right, well now let's score some more our own selves and not get caught up. My question is, once you get past your I don't know if Yamamoto's still as effective as he was in the closeout game against the Padres, but he's not going to throw till what, game 4 maybe. They like to keep him on extra rest. Walker Buehler still, gutted out a performance down in San Diego, but was not, it's obvious he still needs time to either come back from Tommy John or to join the long list of people who were unable to come back from a second Tommy John. And that's difficult to watch. But hopefully, you can't question the guy's, guts. He's out there battling. He wants it bad. But other than that, it's, we talked a little bit in the last series about how the Dodgers kind of redefined a bullpen game to not be like a closer for 1 inning, a bulk guy for 4, and then, 1-1-1-1. They're just going 1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1, which, is kind of interesting. And we'll see if that approach can kind of continue. On the Mets side, tell me more about their pitching staff and who we should be expect to look to step up in the next couple of games.
Well, we've got Sean Manaea, who went to fixed his arm slot and decided to become more like Chris Sale, and the guy's unbelievable. He's the most reliable starter we have. If he gets shelled tomorrow, the series is over. It really is. But he's a revelation. He's gonna earn a big hefty paycheck after next season. Luis Severino, pitching better and longer than he has in a long time, and he throws hard, and he knows how to moderate his load. Like if he'll throw harder as the situation demands it. So he's kept himself healthy. He's not lights out because he's not been dotting everything, but he's a solid guy. The thing is, all of our pitchers are pitching above expectations for their level. Then we got Jose Quintana, who's a crafty lefty, who's he just knows where to put it, and that worked really well against the Phillies because I guess these guys are free swingers. When the Dodgers are going right though, they're so smart. They're so selective. They don't swing at junk, and so I'm afraid that if Quintana has to bring his softer stuff into the zone against these guys, that he could get rocked. But he's just been through it all. I love Quintana. I love these guys that nobody's expecting much from, like the whole Mets team. Our entire staff has been like one of the best staffs in the second half, and I'm confident when they all go out there. I was a little nervous about Senga just because he hasn't pitched all year. The fact that the Mets, kind of did the same thing to Peterson is not a good sign, because it just means that the Dodger lineup, which is built to be amazing, is locked in right now because Peterson was hot and he was able to throw those curveballs and keep it both righties and lefties off balance. And the Dodgers are smart. The Dodgers are good, and if the role players in the Dodgers are going to start hitting, come on.
Yeah. I saw on the MLB panel of experts, about 70% picked the Mets to win this series.
Really?
As a Mets, it was a little crazed on MLB.com.
They're just riding with the hot hand. I think I would. That's surprising.
My friend Amy, who is a loyal viewer of this program, has joined in and joined the chat with a lovely question. Hello, Mets guy. Who are you? Well, notice that you may have met David before. David is the husband of my very good friend Sharon, and a long-suffering Mets fan, and he is here to represent the New York state of mind, as Mr. Billy Joel used to call it. Yeah, so it's an exciting game tomorrow. It'll be interesting. It's a quick turnaround, a 1 o'clock game at Dodger Stadium, day game. And I understand somebody. Is it okay to talk about the people who might be in attendance, or is that secret information?
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm bringing 4/5 of my family.
That's great.
If you don't count our dog and cat, yeah, everyone over the age of 8 is going to this game because my wife and my middle child are going to be rooting for the Dodgers, and myself and my oldest child will be rooting for the Mets.
Well, it seems fair. It's fair and balanced, which is what we like in baseball coverage. And where are you sitting?
We have reserve seats, and we're behind home plate.
Oh, hopefully in the shade.
Yes.
Hopefully you're high enough up. You're under the top deck. So
I didn't realize until like 3 hours ago that it was a day game.
I wondered about that when we talked earlier. You're like, I'm going tomorrow. I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta buy these tickets. Yeah, exactly. Well, that will be quite the sight. I'll definitely keep an eye out for it. I don't know if your travel plans will preclude us doing a quick post-game check-in, maybe from the parking lot on your way out. I'll send you a link.
Sure.
Yeah, just pop on and let us know how it went. But anything else you want to wrap up tonight with the Metropolitans as they prepare to rebound in Game 2? What are you looking for to be the key for tomorrow?
The key for tomorrow is Sean Manaea. Sean Manaea is shutting down this offense, and I need Lindor. I need somebody to go yard, but really it's Sean Manaea. If Sean Manaea can't hold this offense down, nobody on the Mets can really, and it starts to snowball. So
yeah, Amy is a Phillies fan. So her comment here, why couldn't the Mets have not performed this way last week? Is definitely a personal.
That's what the instant hostility was about.
Yes. Who is this guy? Why is a Met fan on? Well, Amy is very disappointed because had the Phillies advanced, I would have made her get on this stream to represent the Phillies.
But, she should be happy.
Exactly. Well, Gree, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. Good luck tomorrow. Have a great time at the game.
Thank you.
But maybe there'll be a little more strategy or something to talk about. And I hope you don't mind. We'll check in with you the rest of the NLCS. Maybe fingers crossed. We'll see how the schedule works out.
Sure.
We'll see how it goes. Amy is coming clean, actually, and I believe that's an I want the Mets to win. How dare you?
Go.
How dare you, Amy Huggins? How dare a Philly fan? How quickly they forget.
Everybody roots for the underdog when you don't have a horse in the race.
Listen. People were asking, who do you want to play, the Phillies or the Mets? And I was like, Phillies, because I don't want to play a team of destiny. Team of destiny is team of destiny. They can't lose because they're team of destiny.
Team of destiny. I don't know if that destiny means this year or not, but
it might mean this year. And it, as we said, it's a long series, and we're looking forward to it. One other thing we're looking forward to is seeing if my camera is working. No, it's still busted.
Well, I can't handle like everybody looking just at me the whole time.
I know.
You gotta fix that for the next one.
I'm so sorry. No, I have, it was one of those things. The game ended. Can I do a full power reboot? No, I cannot. I got to get on with the stream. So we'll make the best of it. And I appreciate you being such a good sport about it. And thanks for joining us, Gree. Have a great time at the game tomorrow. Everyone, thanks for tuning into the stream. A shorty tonight, not much of a game to talk about, but hopefully as the NLCS goes on, we'll maybe get some more strategies, some more baseball chats.
We'll get an actual series. Yeah.
Let's get an actual series. And Gree, I don't need to remind you, 1988. I believe the Mets won the first two and ended up losing the series in the NLCS that year, if I'm not mistaken. And so
I would love for this to go 7. That would be ideal.
All is on the table. No one here is saying anything is close to over. It was a good night. Mets shook off the rust. They had a little extra time off. I always think that's never good. If you can just keep the regular season rhythm playing every day or every other day, that really helps. I'm sure they'll be a lot better tomorrow. They'll have a good shot, and hopefully we'll make it a series. It'll be good, clean fun.
If it's not, I'm calling it tomorrow, though.
Okay, that sounds good. David Greenspan, the best. Thank you for joining. I really, really, really do appreciate it, bud.
Thanks for having me. I'll see you tomorrow, man.
All right. Good luck. Have fun tomorrow.
Thanks.
All right, so that was David Greenspan, Mets fan extraordinaire. He's the best. Sorry I can't get my camera to work. whoever wants to look at me anyway, but this is certainly unpleasant. I can guarantee you that much. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. Reboot the computer. Get ready for game 2. Go Dodgers. Congratulations on another victory tonight. 7 more wins and they will be world champions. Hey. And the Ohtani contract might start to look like it's worth it. We'll see. All right, folks. Thanks for joining us tonight. Take care. We'll see you again real soon. The final score from Dodger Stadium. Dodgers 9, New York